Hello, good morning, everyone. Hello, Toastmasters. Good morning. Very nice. Reminds me of the classroom days. Good morning, sir. So, hello, everybody. Welcome to the 207th meeting of the Bright Beginning Toastmasters Club. Was that the 207th? Perfect. And I have your attention with that. Thank you so much, Anshuman. So, we don't have our legendary Sergeant Arms Toastmaster Way today in the meeting. I had promised that he will be here, but nonetheless, I'm here to take that role. So, as Sergeant Arms, I welcome you all to the Pride Beginning Toastmasters meeting, and we have few housekeeping rules. First is make sure that your cell phone is on silent or vibrate mode. Refrain from speaking or talking to people when a speaker is on speech. And when talking about politics, sex, or religion, don't talk about it in a derogatory manner. We are okay as long as it is nice and polite. The mission of the Toastmasters International is to build leaders in a help them in a supportive environment so that they learn and grow and enhance their public speaking skills. With that, I hand over the stage to the presiding officer today's meeting, Toastmaster Neetal, who's the president of this club. Over to you, Toastmaster Neetal.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mike. So I welcome all members and guests to another Bright Beginnings Club meeting. And we are doing our 207th meeting today. So Arsa has already told us the housekeeping rules. And to embrace it, we have to follow the rules and be disciplined with it. As we have a guest today, I would like to invite the guest to have a quick introduction about him. To be Toastmaster guest Chetan.
Thank you for inviting me. I'm Chetan Gupta, living in Gurgaon, currently working as a senior associate client experience department in EY, and we handle the Oceania region. I handle the Oceania region, and I like to play sports, almost every sport from chess, billiard, snooker, badminton, cricket, squash, swimming, and in my family, I live with my sister and mother, father. We all live together in a nuclear family right now. Earlier, I used to live in Delhi, and we have a joint family. But from past 2 years, we separated. And I'm currently working on a education app also to on a mission to provide education for all. And that's me. Thank you.
Thank you to be Toastmaster Chetan. So, as every meeting, we have a theme, and today's theme is Business 101. To start the theme, I'll hand over the stage to our Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Anshuman.
Good morning, fellow Toastmasters.
Good
Welcome
morning.
to another amazing meeting of Pride Bringing Toastmasters Club. Inherently, we all are part of a capitalist society right now. Might we tend to be socialist, but mostly capitalist. And the heart of capitalism is a business, be it part of being a job or starting your own education app. We have to be inevitably part of running a business or being part of a system which is business. So today we're going to dissect all the components of a business, how the business runs, and how we can contribute to making a business optimal or running a business which is optimal. Are we ready for that? All right. Let's start with basic premise of a business. So what does a business do? And we won't be technical today, we'll be practical today. What does a business do? I think
They make profits.
Services or product to its customers.
products or services, Neetan, profit.
whatever they do, at the end, the profit matters.
So running a business, product, service with a profit motive. I think that's the heart of it. When any one of us thinks of starting a business, we think about running a product or a service and eventually gaining profit to sustain the business or to grow the business. So that's the heart of it. Today we're going to discuss it in a layman fashion. We won't go into the technical side of things, but we're going to discuss it in a layman friendly manner so that any one of us in this room can be the Bill Gates, Elon Musk, or the Baidus, not Baidus of tomorrow. But definitely, but before we begin with that, I'm going to share with us what a typical Toastmaster meeting looks like. In a typical Toastmaster meeting, we have three sections. First is the prepared speech section, where we have a prepared speaker in Toastmaster Meeting today, who's going to share a 5 to 7 minute speech on a prepared speech beforehand through a Pathways program. Next, all of us are going to practice spontaneous speaking. We're going to be given a topic and we have to speak for 1 to 2 minutes on the given topic on the spot. Last but not the least, we have the evaluation section, where we'll have the general evaluator Toastmaster Mayank along with Toastmaster Shaunak presenting with us the evaluation for the day. And I request Toastmaster Shaunak to share the word of the day with all of us today. Over to you, Toastmaster Shaunak. Toastmaster Shaunak is spontaneously learning whatever he. Anyhow, that is how we learn. Over to you, Toastmaster Shaunak.
Good morning, everyone. So just allow me a moment just to think over it.
What's the favorite menu that? What is the first that you
Sorry,
First positive.
most positive word. But these are very common words.
Okay, we use common.
Actually, I recently heard some of the very good words. I was just going through one Janvi's Kapoor interview, and there were some new words which I came across. Just not getting that in my head right now.
First point that comes to me.
Okay. Just in the morning, I just wrote a mail, but that's not a positive word that's coming to my mind. Uh,
For days to be
Amazing.
amazing. Amazing.
Okay, let's start our day on an amazing note. So we know it's not a common word. We use it day in, day out, but what makes it amazing? It's the word itself that gives you a positive feeling, a good vibe, something wonderful out of the world that you can think of. So that what amazing signifies here. And I really wish an amazing day to all the Toastmasters. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shaunak. Let's give a huge round of applause to Toastmaster Shaunak for spontaneously coming up with a word, which itself is amazing. So at the end, Toastmaster Meg, along with Toastmaster Shaunak, are going to come and give evaluation on how we played the roles today, along with the individual roles performed for the morning. Now, we're going to move to the first section of the meeting, which is the prepared speech section. So we have all the eyes on our digital devices as Toastmaster Neetal is our speaker for the morning. I'll request Toastmaster Mayank to share the speech objectives for Toastmaster Neetal.
All right. So for today's meeting, Toastmaster Neetal, Toastmaster Anshuman will be timing you, and the speech timing is 5 to 7 minutes. So at 5 minutes, you show your green card. At 6 minutes, a yellow card, and at 7 minutes, a red card. And you have another 30 seconds to wrap up. So Toastmaster Neetal is giving a level 3 speech number 4, and the objectives of the speech is the purpose of the speech is for the man to practice using a story within a speech or give a speech that is a story, right? And we would love to hear Toastmaster Neetal on this topic. And the title for her is Embrace the change. Toastmaster leader. Toastmaster leader. Embrace the change.
Change is hard at the beginning, and in the middle, it gets messy. But it can get easy over a period of time. So, as Robin Sharma quotes, change is hard in the beginning, messy in the middle, and easy at the end. We keep hearing many motivational quotes. And when people hear about a self transformation, they often think a person losing X amount of weight, a person who has become rags to riches, or a person who has become a big leader or handling a political party. But change or a transformation can be of two types. One is self imposed, the other is self driven. The self imposed ones comes where someone is imposing a change on you. We all have seen how the COVID has transformed our lives, how a self imposed lockdown or a government imposed lockdown has changed our life. We were made, we were forced to manage our household codes. We were forced to manage our meetings along with our parents or kids at home. And we were forced to manage the timings, which has become unlimited working hours. But we still did it. And it was a self imposed or a government imposed lockdown, and it was a successful one. The organizations thought when the lockdown was imposed that it would be a disaster. The productivity would fall, and the employees thought there will be a job cuts, there will be a layoffs, or there will be a salary cuts. So if you go back to the time of 2020, everything happened. The productivity might have fallen for few people and it has increased for few. There were job cuts for few people, and many of the people got very good opportunities during COVID time. So a self-imposed change can also be a good one. And a self-driven can be the person who is taking in charge of his life, who is making a thorough thought process every day to make sure he reaches his goal or her goal on time or within the time frame he has formed for himself. So, what all we do for a self transformation or for the change? We watch YouTube videos, we read self help books, or we watch movies. And the title of the books, if you see, Awaken the Giant Within You, The Power of Now, The Power of Your Subconscious Mind. These books are so enticing that we think, okay, I'll read this book and the change will happen. But it won't until you follow the discipline to embrace the change, to have a self discipline within yourself. So, a change that I took in 2021 or 22 by joining Toastmasters Club. I was not interested or I was afraid to join to embrace the change. But when one of my friend who forced me to attend the meeting as a guest, I had my own inhibitions, but I still tried and I joined it. And then I welcomed the change and then enrolled for the membership. Mayank followed up in the next meeting to give an icebreaker speech. I vividly remember not able to write down my own story of my life, but still I delivered the speech. I got a critical feedback and I kept on improving from then. And I'm sure I would be getting a critical feedback even today. I'll embrace the change and try to improve myself in the future. But one thing that I noticed with this transformation journey that I took by joining Toastmasters is not only the things that have changed in club, but outside the club with my friends, with the organization, and with my colleagues. So the main goal of me joining Toastmaster was that I was afraid to talk in front of group, in front of large audience. And I would like to, there was a time when I was so afraid to do it. And I would always restrict myself, no, I can't. But this week, I was made to take up a proposal for a prospective client where the director instructed me to work on a module where I had no hands-on experience. And he just gave me 2 days of time. But to my surprise, I worked on the questions that I was supposed to ask in the meeting. And there were people from EY, from Deloitte, and from the PwC. There were 3 partners, 40 more people, and the client side. But I was able to keep my calmness, keep my nervousness to within me, and I was able to ask the questions, take the inputs, and I was appreciated by everyone. So Toastmasters has helped me to overcome the fear that I can't speak in front of a large audience or I can't speak within a large group. It was difficult even to speak with a large group of friends. But Toastmasters helped me. And that happened with the change that I embraced. I took it upon myself to take up the roles, to participate in the meetings, to take the feedback and work on myself. So, as Robert Sharma say, change is hard at first, messy in the middle, and gorgeous at the end. And change is powerful, and the change comes with a great responsibility. So I welcome all of you to find the one thing that you are facing difficult to follow and embrace the change and start working on it. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thanks a lot to Toastmaster Neetal for that wonderful speech. Online audience requests to take one Neetal on her private chat. In the interim, I'd like to invite our guest to share her introduction with the club. If you can come here and share your introduction. I will just put it like this.
Okay.
Pause.
Hi guys, my name is Neerja Dikshit and I'm here at the Toastmasters Club. Although like I'm joining as a guest today and I came to know about this club, like I was searching for a long period that I wanted to be in such a club, and I came to know about it through the site which is Meetup. And after that I joined this and I joined the WhatsApp group, and here I am. And I have been like working as a freelance soft skills trainer and corporate trainer for almost 2 years, and that's the motive that I wanted to see like-minded people. But it is very surprising that I am the only guest here. I wanted more people. Okay, he's also the guest, and let's see how things will unfold. And I am really happy to be here, and I'm really happy that to see what future waits for all of us. Thank you. Is there any question? Is there any question? Yeah. Okay. Fine. Thank you.
Right. Thank you, Tuntavi Toastmaster Neerja. All right. If we are done with the feedback, now we move on to the section, which is a fun section where all of us are going to get a chance to speak. So please be ready with the energy to speak on a topic which will be given by a friend from Nepal, Toastmaster Bob, who joined right on time. Thank you for joining, Toastmaster Bob. Um, I hope you are ready with the table topic section. I'll just do the Master duties and remove the spotlight from Toastmaster Neetal. Toastmaster Bob, are you able to hear us? You're on mute, Toastmaster Bob.
Yes, I can hear.
Amazing,
Uh,
amazing.
am I audible?
So you're the
Yes,
table topic master for today,
I
as you
know.
might have seen. All right. Sure. So I hope
So,
you're ready with your table topic. We can start
yes,
with maybe Toastmaster Mayank, then move on to Toastmaster Chetan, then Neerja, Shaunak, Neetal, then Anshul. I can let you know.
awesome.
So
So
yeah,
for
you'll have
first
to
of
introduce the
my,
table topic section first. Yeah. Over to
yes,
you,
I'll do that.
Toastmaster Bob.
Awesome. Thank you so much. So basically, this is the
Sorry, Toastmaster Bob, you have bad network.
speaking session where everybody is allowed and encouraged. Hello,
Uh,
can you hear me?
Bob, the network is a little patchy.
Nital, can you hear me fine?
We can hear you, Toastmaster Bob. It says that the network is a little patchy for you.
No, I'm just trying to check whether it's my network or your network. So I'm just checking with Nital because she's
Able
It's
to
fine
hear
now.
you. It's blur. Your video is blur and breaking in between.
okay. My video is blur and breaking in between. So give me 1 second. I'll just switch. So uh,
Toastmaster Bob,
I'll just
you want to try switch off your? You can try switch off the video. It will reduce some bandwidth.
yeah, that also works. So let me just okay. Let's try this now. Better?
Yep, better, perfect.
Okay, awesome. So this is the section of the meeting where everybody is encouraged to speak. I will be giving a topic, and people would be spinning a yarn as for 2 minutes. You have up to 2 minutes to speak, 1 minute on the lower side, and then you have to speak up to 1.5 minutes is the sorry. Let me start again. So you have up to 2 minutes to speak. 1 minute you'll be shown a green card. At 1.5 minutes you'll be shown an orange or yellow card, and at 2 minutes you'll be shown a red card. And then you have 30 seconds to wrap up your speech. Any speech which does not meet, which is below 1 minute or beyond 2.5 minutes, will be disqualified if there is a voting at the end. And we'll get started with Toastmaster
Mayank.
Mayank. Awesome. So the first question. So as I was listening to Toastmaster Neeta's story, I had other questions prepared, but I just wanted to kind of get this question out there. So Neetal has so many positive experiences by joining the Toastmasters. So Mayank, what led you to join the Toastmasters community?
What led me to join Toastmasters communities? Okay. It was the year 2016, and there was a demo meeting of Toastmasters in PwC. I went into it thinking, oh, I have been standing in front of audit committees and board members, and I can ace it. Come on, I will do so well. The moment I entered the meeting hall, it was laid out in a U format, and the president of the club or the region had come in there. Looking at their personalities and aura and the way they was communicating with each other, I realized I was a very small, timid mice. And then came a demo speaker. Looking at it, I was like, jaws dropped. And then came the table topic session. I was like, all right, I think I can ace it. Raise my hand. I went. And I delivered garbage. And then thinking, what was the topic given to me? What did I speak? Oh my God, I am a terrible speaker. But there were a few things that I learned in that meeting on the number of, uh, um, um, those clutch words I used. And when somebody pointed out to me in part of the evaluation, at Mayank, in your speech, you used five to I realized, oh my God, how bad it must be looking in front of the audit committee and the board members that I keep and talking in front of them. They must be thinking how pathetic speaker I am. But you know what? Birds of a feather flock together. And so was the condition of my partners and other managers. They were also using because nobody had ever told them that this is not the way of speaking. So unless somebody corrects you, tells you where the problem is, how would you work? That's my motivation to join Toastmasters. What is yours? Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Mayank.
Good morning, Bob. I'm Chetan Gupta. Hello, everyone.
Good morning.
So, what is the
So
topic
your
for me?
question is, yes. So since we're talking about Business 101 today, I'd like to kind of put some thematic questions. So let's say you have a Golgappa stand and you're trying to, and there are like five other Golgappa stands in that same location, and you're trying to be a unique one and create a unique selling point. So if you had a Golgappa stand in the middle of the market, what would be the unique selling point you would have, and how would you promote yourself? You have up to 2 minutes.
Before to start on this topic, I want everyone to know that I have already a Gulapa stand in year 2022, 21.
So I can share that experience with you all guys. So the topic is same as my own business. So when I started with a thought that I will create a unique marketing. And the marketing is that I will provide a scheme where you need to eat 60 golgappas in 5 minutes or 100 golgappas in 10 minutes. If you do that, you get a cash value of 3100 or 5100. The company is a little tough, but the price is money so high, people are trying to get that. So that was a marketing position, and I thought people will make video out of that scheme. People will come, are coming in like huge masses, and when one is trying to eat Golgappa, others making video, and it's a mouth-to-mouth marketing. It benefited us. But then, due to corona hit, I stopped that and put that business in uh, dark store, and we're giving supply only to Swiggy and Zomato. Then after that settled, we changed the spot and uh, get the shop in a very bad spot. So that due to that spot, our business was like doomed. We got in huge losses. Then I started to do jobs. So that's my story of that Golgappa king. Thank you so much, Bob, for your question. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for taking on the question. Next speaker.
Okay.
Yes.
Hi,
Hi. Good morning.
Nirja. Good morning. So I'd like to
Hi.
ask the question for me.
Yes. The question for you is, what in your experience has been the worst customer care kind of interaction with any product or company, and what was it like?
Okay. So I haven't actually worked anywhere before, but I had my experience at a gym. I worked as a receptionist there for some 10 to 15 days, I would say. So at that time, my take was that I had to connect with the customers, the clients or the prospects that were supposed to be the clients, and I had to kind of sell the gym membership. So I had a one-on-one interaction with any of them, like a bad experience, I would say. But there was this experience that, whenever I used to make calls, so a lot of people just, cut off the call right on my face, even without listening to what I am about to say. So that was one thing that led to, this experience. And other than that, I actually cannot remember if I ever had such experiences with customers or anything. But on a daily basis, each one of us is selling something. So other than that, I would also say that, as I told in the starting, that I have been working as a freelance soft skills trainer and corporate trainer. So my other experiences are like this: like, I have given a lot of demos, but then client did not turn into the prospect did not turn into a client. So that was one thing. And everything is going well, but in the end, when it is their time to turn from a prospect to the client, there I failed. So it was not a worst experience. And I think it is something that I should look inward. So yeah, that's all I want to say. Thank you.
Yes. Hi. So the question for you is, what makes a good business name, and some of the favorite business names and the companies associated, and why do you like them so much?
Can you please repeat the question, Bob?
Okay. So what are the what makes a good business name? What are the names of some of the businesses that you like and or you find it interesting or fascinating, and the reasons behind it?
I'll give you a that's a very interesting and valid question that you asked, Bob, and thank you for that. Reason being, I was associated with a business some time back, though my friend was driving it, and we were finding a name for that company. He was about to start a business in the pharmacy, and he asked me to find a suitable name for his business, and we were just on a name hunting spree that time, and we figured out a name called Elstro Care. Now that's a very interesting story how we came up to that name, and I'll also tell some of my favorite names or the brands which are there in the market today. So Elstro is basically a flower, a blooming flower, and that signifies the importance of that name. And there were a lot of name, and when we logged into the website to find Elstro, because you have to register that name, and there were hundreds of companies with that name. Some, changing after name of it or the before name of it, and with the business they are associated with. So that was a very interesting story. And then some of the names, then uh, how I'll say that you embrace such things, very nicely, all that, kicks you. Let's say Coca-Cola, Thumbs Up. These are some of the names which doesn't require any introduction, and they are a part of your day-to-day life. You heard, or you look for those names, Nvidia, and some of the things you are using on a day-to-day basis, just on the basis of the name only, where you like to try those things if you've not done that before, or you are simply inclined for those names or for those companies because somehow you feel connected with that. And I think that goes with everyone. So some of the examples I've already given you, which I feel connected with. So that's all from my side. Thank you so much.
Next will be Toastmaster Neetal.
Hi, Toastmaster Nita. The question for you is, in this blistering heat where everybody is uh, suffering from the heat strokes, how do you sell tea? The simple old tea. How do you market tea in this amazingly hot weather?
You're on mute, Toastmaster.
Tea. That's a very common name. And in India, it doesn't
Sorry,
have to.
Toastmaster Neetal, your voice is feeble. Have you changed your audio? Like she's getting time to think. That's it. Instead of tea
It's better
sabzi,
now?
it's better.
Okay, fine. I did change. Oh, yep.
No, that's okay.
Yeah. In India, the tea doesn't have to get sold. It just sell by itself. No matter what is the temperature in India, the people who are tea lovers, they just drink. So it has to be a reverse case in India. Why you should tell people not to drink tea and they'll drink more. So one classic example I could give is me. I have been drinking coffee or tea on everyday basis. No matter what people say, no matter what people suggest, I drink my cup of coffee or a tea. So, a temperature in India has been rising, and it will get more horrible in coming years. But tea will never stop working. The tea will go on by selling itself. That's all.
So, are we
Last
done?
is you can give one to me, Toastmaster Bob. And
Okay, one to
I
you.
can since you joined in, I'll give one to you just for you to practice.
Awesome.
So you have to give me an easy one so that I also give you an easy. Tit for tat.
No, so an easy one.
You
So
can give me
okay, so electric vehicles versus ICE. Your thoughts on it? An easy
electric
one.
vehicle versus.
ICE vehicles, the normal petrol diesel vehicles.
Okay. Hmm. Once I first time sat in an electric vehicle. Have you already sat in an electric vehicle, an electric car, electric, not electric Tonga or electric auto rickshaw? It was extremely silent. I was missing the buzz of a petrol car, which used to be like that. And I felt that it is one of the biggest selling USPs for me, the silence within an EV car. Looking at the overall dynamics, it's a huge debate, EV versus petrol. They say that in India, most of electricity is generated from coal. 60% electricity is generated from coal. So hypothetically, if we had to switch from petrol to EV tomorrow, we will be generating 60% of the electric energy from coal itself. So the first argument of the debate that EV is environment friendly becomes a misnomer, becomes something that does not sell. However, maybe in the long run, that the fumes generated by a petrol car will be cut down through the usage of EV. So, from a personal standpoint, I love an EV car for the silence within it. So, I miss the raw energy of a petrol car, but still, I'll prefer an EV for it being gadget like any day. From a bigger picture standpoint, if it is environment friendly, not environment friendly, will depend on how the electric energy, which is the base, the source of how an electric car is run, will determine for me how long term I am aligned to the purpose of mission using an electric car. So definitely all in for EV car. However, from a bigger picture standpoint, I'd love to see electrical energy being generated from renewable energy and make it more sustainable. Thank you. And now, last but not the least, over to you, like for a question for you, Bob. Not question,
Yes.
but something related to maybe World Cup right now. How will the Nepal Cricket World Cup team fare in the long run? How will Nepal cricket team fare in the long run? Toastmaster Bob.
Thank you. So Nepal actually has done pretty decently in the World Cup. Unfortunately, they could not have their match against Sri Lanka, which was, I think it was Sri Lanka, which got washed out due to rain. But having that, being in that international stage and having the practice and having going against the big guys and being able to compete gives that confidence boost to the team, to the management, and to the country that yes, we are an upcoming country and we can give we will get there. It's going to take some time, but these are the building blocks. We see how other countries are practicing, how other teams are preparing, and how they are basically you get all that exposure. You're sitting next to Virat Kohli, probably get some tips from him, or you there is Mitchell Stark. You get some bowling experience from him, or bowling tips from him. So being in that stage and being able to compete and work with other teams can give you a lot of exposure, which you do not find it while just playing in your own backyard. And then you're also looking at other teams which are at your stage at some point of time, like Oman or USA, or how Canada is performing during this competition, and that gives you a lot of confidence as well. That you know what, I mean, we can get there. So yes, I mean, this is an absolutely amazing opportunity for the Nepalese team, for the country. It's given them the exposure which would not have been possible in any other stage, being in the same dressing room with all the top players from the top teams in the world. And I just see, imagine it taking it further, and Nepal being able to compete more realistically in the next World Cup and beyond that. Thank you so much. Back to you.
Amazing. Thanks a lot to and thanks a lot for hosting the table topic section with all the nuances you have going behind your back from the internet. But thank you for the dedication to join the meeting and run the table topic section. I hope it was a productive section for all of us. Now, quickly coming back to Business 101. And I see all of us are from diverse fields. As we know, in a typical MBA course, what the main primary business components that are taught to us is marketing, finance, HR. What am I missing? Operations, strategy. Strategy is a new subject. Sorry, supply chain is operations. So these are the key components of a MNC, of a big company, uh, which grows from startup to to a middle revenue based company, then large customer company. But the primary components remain the same. For example, for a Golgappa stand, like as Chetan talked about it, marketing component might be distributing pamphlets or going on social media and putting up banners. So as they say in marketing, you have 4 P's. You have people, you have place, process, and promotion. And there are like now it has been made into 7 P's, which includes price, place, product, promotion, and I think there are 3 P's more added since I did my MBA in 2011. It's been 10 years, I don't know. But yes, like the so basically the intent of marketing is spread the word by hook or crook that the audience you're catering to, which is your target segment, your typical persona you're catering to, the word should reach out to that person. For example, Chetna joined us today. Oh, sorry, Neerja joined us. Sorry, really sorry. Neerja joined us today through Meetup. And it was our conscious intent that our word goes to Meetup where we'll have potential audience for Toastmaster who can join today. So if we did not pay for Meetup, if we did not put our word on Meetup, Neerja won't be have been here today and she would not have attended a first Toastmaster meeting ever. So that's the intent of marketing. That the founder, the owner will have to consciously see where does my audience lie and how can I share the word in an attractive fashion that that person comes and joins, buys that product or that service. That's for marketing. That's the basic of marketing. We can't cover entire aspect today. Coming to the HR aspect, so we have. So what do you think are the key essential aspects of HR? If I can ask you, human resource.
Management, like they are basically people who are hired,
Mm.
hired.
Right. Well, you have a like, experience in training and customer care.
For to maybe
Right.
to manage
Right.
manage politics and to manage time and you hire people.
Yes, got it. So the role of a human resource, as Neerja mentioned, is first of all hiring the right talent. And talent is the key component which runs a company. Be it from, again, Golgappa stand, the guy who runs it, who can give peace of mind to Chetan. Else, if he absconds, does not come, he'll be like, oh my God, who will manage my stand today? To an MNC, where you have a strategy lead running the strategy or consulting for the CEO and providing the right direction for the company to go into. If any of them are not rightly hired, they don't have the right skill sets, the business will not run successfully. So it's extremely important the right talent with right training, right guidance, right performance composition, right industry awareness. If it's not given, the employees, the talent will not succeed. So HR plays a pretty crucial role of running a company. Coming to finance, what are the key components of finance, Toastmasters?
The points and was used and the balance of the money so that you one good forward and return on money.
Right? Finance basics one-on-one, an income statement. You should have like the three balance sheet, income statement, and cash flow reflecting the health of the business correctly. That you should have sufficient paisa in your pocket. If sufficient cash flow is not there, it's very highly doubtful that a company can sustain in the long run. Then the income statement should be reflective of the right all the key parameters of business. Nothing should be hidden, nothing should be fraud. Everything should be audited well by our beautiful, amazing auditors present in this room. Like we, half of Toastmasters, just for our information, is based from of chartered accountants. So it can be called Chartered Accountants Toastmaster Club. So we have a lot of folks with expertise of finance, but basically, as Toastmasters Neetal had initially pointed out, that profit is a motive for all, like most of the businesses, and we should have the right capital flowing in so that the expenses, the income after expenditure should be reflective in terms of profit after tax, ideally, and it should keep on growing. And last but not the least, we have operations. So Sonak or Chetan, are you from operations background?
I don't have a need to.
Okay, so can you tell a bit about operations?
So operation is like one thing that is for a business and how do you run it?
Hmm.
And you know what would you know money your policies for the all amount. How the working of the organization will work in order to secure the benefit, get the vendors on board. It's all done through the church. So it's kind of very wide. Completely not just responsible for the country, but the also it's always there like policies in place. So that you know, so mention
Just to clarify, the operations of the business or the product or service.
always from the same thing, like you are responsible. Once the business is end, you will be responsible for the smooth and of the company.
Right.
So the number what we are conscious
Agree. Definitely.
like for
Right. Right.
science experience. Formulate, we have three main skills.
Mm.
Quality, pricing, and the that in the client experience.
Amazing. So Chetan and Shaunak have pointed out that a smooth running of operation, smooth running of process is important as part of operations, and pricing, quality, and delivery period of time, a client experience is extremely crucial as part of operation. The operations vertical should look into any bottlenecks, that the process is running smoothly, there are no roadblocks, and the system is running so smoothly that the owner or the founder can just chill, can just relax, and the system is running on its own. And the owner can just track on a dashboard that if things are going fine in the ideal state. And the ideal state is like utopia every business owner is chasing. These are the foundations of any typical business. So if you are planning to run a business tomorrow, you will have to deal with all these components even at a basic level or at an MNC level. So if you want to purchase a business, you can run a ready-made business and make it better so that you are churning profit after profit tomorrow. All right, I hope that helped you rejig your brain about the business basics one-on-one. Now we'll move on to the evaluation section, which
I
is
have one
headed.
question.
Yes, those are Neetal, your question.
So we see a lot of startups that are failing badly and they just get wiped out. So what is the one mistake that you think they are doing that we should be taking care if we get into business later on?
Right. So I think we might like we have experienced people in the room who can share. Maybe I'll just hand over the mic to Chetan to share his own personal experience. Then maybe from an MNC standpoint, I can share my experience.
Neetu, Neetu, I think that people are not building the right team as they are doing a startup. We need to build a team first so that everyone is aligned with the product and the vision of the company. So many people are not able to create the right team. If you have the right team, right vision, then the chance of success is higher. And other aspect also, like you need capital also, and the roadmap of your product. For me, like it's building a team first, then capital.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
I'd like to add, yes. Okay, so I'd like to add a little bit onto that. So,
Yes.
Neet, with startup, the issue is it's not only that there's one thing which leads to its failure. So, and there's not one single formula, because if that was so easy to answer, Neetal, we wouldn't have startups failing. So there's the team, there's the product, and usually startups are led by engineers or technical people. Might not be like an engineer, but like maybe a carpenter is also a technical person. So they have an idea of vision of what people need versus what people want. So I might be building the best product. So if you even look at it, the electric vehicle first came out in the world in 1912 or 1918. The first prototype of an electric vehicle ever came out over 100 years ago, but it wasn't the right time. So the timing of it, the product, the placement, all the FOPs that was spoken about, the price, the place, the people, all of that is you need to be spot on about it. And even if one or two fail, you should have a backup plan and be able to kind of rough it out. Because if you look at the history of all the successful companies, they all had a very rough beginning as well. So nobody became a success overnight. That's my two
Exactly.
cents on it. Thank you. Back to you.
Yeah.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
Bob, for providing us insights on this. I also have a question for all of you here. As I mentioned before, that I have been working as a freelancer, and I have some plans regarding to that. That in near future, I want to open up an institute that is related to my field. But I am a little scared, like I am again. I have a fear of failure. Like, what if my institute does not run properly? And is it too early to, start that institute or, do that startup? So, like, there is this question. I have 2 years of experience, but that is, yeah, please let me complete. Yeah, I have 2 years of experience, but I don't think so that is like enough to start a business. And I have support of my family, but what do you guys think? Should I go or get more experienced, or should I like start without, thinking about the failure?
Thanks a lot, soon to be Toastmaster Neerja, for being vulnerable and asking that question. That is a good brainstorming segue. Maybe all of us individually, one on one, can share our point of view, right? Maybe like in one or two like not too long, maybe one paragraph, but not too long. And I'll start and I'll connect maybe dots for the first question, second question. One, my understanding is that all the entrepreneurs chase this product or service and market fit. So, what does the market require, and what are you selling or service? For example, in the case of Neerja, if you're selling your institute, then from a marketing standpoint, as we talked about, product, price, place, promotion. So it should be in the right place. It should be pricing should be right. It should be right promotion should be done in the right places. So if you're doing it in Meetup, maybe high probability people may come. But if you're posting on Facebook, people may not come. So that'll be and the product or service should be based in a way that is attractive to your target persona. Like for example, I may not require say an English language, basic language training. There might be millions of people who require basic English training in India. So catering to those people in the right place at the right time with the right promotion strategy can be a good segue to start with. But I think they like more character-based things like courage, like not having that fear, going out there and starting, piloting, doing things, which Chetan maybe can talk about. But I'll just go around the table and for online audience, I'll summarize. So starting with Toastmaster man.
So, for me, that is the answer. Your repeat rate of customers and more than repeat rate, how many new reps have those customers waiting? That help you determine that should you go solo or not. The customer's excellence is determined and your business is determined. When somebody implement that day, you have opportunity, what do you guys employ me? The day that starts happening and you have a good base around you, this is
Amazing. For online audience, I'll repeat, that's an amazing point that Usman Manka said, that if as a solo freelancer, Neerja is getting repeat customers or repeat rate, that's a very high signal that your service is already great. People are looking at that service at scale. And then if you build an institute and scale your service, the probability will be higher that you will start getting more customers. You have to have your current service of optimum quality. Okay. Okay. That'll make things simpler for me.
Nija, you need to ask first question from yourself. Like, do you have the experience, passion to love that institute, to open that institute? And you are not like only for the money you're opening that. And then you need to ask from that you have the right team to manage operations, teaching, and other stuff like that, which generally all institutes do. Then you have to think that how will generate the lead, how other institutes are generating their leads, how they are pitching, how what is their course material, are your course materials defined, have you prepared on that, and how after that what you will promise that they will get job guarantees, certificates, placement, etc. So you need to first learn from other students how they are doing and how you are up to get your team knowledge experience. Like these are the steps which you need to question yourself first before starting any business full-fledged.
So, guys, I'll cover different points that will answer Nirja's question as well and Neetal's questions as well with respect to where we positioning ourselves with respect to the startup. So, Nirja, answering your question first. First of all, there are various companies in the market providing similar offering or the products that you are thinking of. What is the value you are giving to your customers? You have to first make it very clear that if you are reaching out to me, what is the value I'm getting, by associating myself with you? There are hundreds of coaching centers or the similar businesses running in the market. So, what is the value you will be delivering to me? For a business to run successfully, there is a saying you should be at the right place at the right time with the right product. Now, what is the right time? How will you get to know? Let's take an example of a COVID when suddenly the focus entirely shifts from your fashion to your food industry, entirely to the healthcare. No one had ever thought about using masks or gloves or sanitizers ever. I mean, I don't even remember before COVID when was the last time I had used a face mask or a sanitizer ever in my life. And suddenly the entire paradigm shift and people who were producing different products moved to making sanitizers and into this moved into the healthcare business. So first of all, how versatile your product to cater the changing market dynamics. How what is the offering you are giving to the customer at a right price because there is so much of competition today. And definitely if you are not making money, someone is making the money. So you cannot go with a proposition if I am at loss, everyone is at loss. Right? In spite of having multiple products, these days consumer are confused what to choose because they have so much of variety that you are confused to choose what to choose, right? But still people are making money. So first, you should have an exceptional product then you should have an exceptional marketing strategy to make yourself standing unique out of the, what all you have, the competition you have. And then answering to Chetan's question and Nital's your question as well, why startups are failing? Because they have a product, but they don't know how to, they are getting the funding, but they don't know how to spend that money in a right way. Let's take an example of Oyo. They were getting a billions of dollars of funding. They were in an acquisition spree where they acquired hundreds of hotels, provide their services, but they were not able to provide the services to the customer after acquiring those products, hotels and all. So today, I mean, at one point of time, you might be thinking of going to a Oyo to, take that experience, but today you will not, because you'll not be getting those services in spite of paying the money, though it's not a substantial amount of money you will be paying, but you will prefer to spend more money and getting the services delivered to you. So that is the important thing. I can sell product to you once, but if I'm not able to deliver you, you will not even buy my product for the second time in spite of the price I've been quoting to you. So that's all from my side.
Needle Bob, quick ones from your end. Bob is like, this is good
My
entertainment for me. Let me chill and listen to everyone.
my
Yes,
way,
Nitin.
my view is only the risk appetite that you have.
Right.
Do you have the right appetite? If you fail, will you get up and walk again or run again? If you
Hmm.
don't, you should always have plan A, plan B, as Bob said, Toastmaster Bob
Right.
said. So you have to first do a risk evaluation. How long can you continue with your existing capital if you don't earn a profit for next 2 years, 3 years? As we have seen in Shark Tank, there are many stories that for first 5 years they did not earn anything and then they have kicked out. Like we have seen Mama's Earth story or Lenskart. The boat was only one which was successful from the day one, but other startups are still struggling. Even the sharks who were in the Shark Tank. So the risk appetite evaluation is mandatory before getting in all in. Thank you.
Amazing. And last words of wisdom, Toastman Bob.
I'll just like to pick up from where Neetal left off. Is that just a small story. So I walk into a village and nobody's wearing shoes. So my assumption is there a huge market for shoes, or is the assumption that there's no market for shoes? And to again tie that back to the Oyo story, is that and what I've not heard so far is about the unique selling proposition. So the USP that you have. So what are you bringing to the table, which is probably better? It does not need to be unique. So we always focus about it being different or being so different in what way? Is the product supposed to be different? Is the offering should be supposed to be different? Is the experience supposed to be different? So if you're a real estate company, you can build a house, and house always looks the same. It's the same stone and the same cement and all of that. But it's the experience that you're providing, it's the community that you're providing. So even with your institute, what is it that you're bringing to the table that is going to be a unique selling point for you? First. And second, can you innovate fast enough? So a lot of these successful companies that we talk about, so Nokia, I don't know how many of you know or not, started off as a lumber company which used to actually sell wood, and then they got into leather, and then they got into something else and something else, finally ending up with mobile phones, and now they are a telecom company. So are you able to innovate as the market demands? And do you have something which is better than your competitor has? So it could be a better service, better delivery, better customer care, anything, any one of these. You just have to choose that I'm going to be better at this. Apple, always finished products. Microsoft, sell a lot of it at a very cheap price. So decide where you want to be at. That's my 2 cents. Back to you, the team.
All right. So thank you so much. So I take over from Toastmaster Anshuman as the general evaluator. Somebody wants to take water. It's pretty hot. There's water on the side. All right. So I start the general evaluation section, but before that, do we have the timer report? Okay. And the R counter or remaining report? The remaining report? Okay. Um, so let the two reports complete, then I'll come. Okay. So I'll give a complete one in one go. So I invite on stage Toastmaster Shaunak to give the language evaluator report. Thank you.
Was speech evaluation, right? Speech
Wonderful
evaluation.
speeches.
He will do it at one go. He'll do the speech and the general evaluation at once.
Okay.
Some wonderful speeches and a great conversation. So just some of the findings, though they were not such harsh words that have been called out today that, I pointed out to, but some of the things I would like to, pick it up here. Uh, so when we speak at times, we don't realize, though we don't intend it to. So it was help me. It should be helped me. Then it was jaws dropped, should be jaw dropped. Then it was mouth to mouth. It's not mouth to mouth, it's word to mouth. Third is unique marketing. But what unique marketing is, was that a strategy? Was that a proposition? Then it was renewal. It should be renewable source. Then churning business. So churning business means that your business is declining. So should be another word for that. I think that's all. Thank you.
What an amazing language evaluation by Toastmaster Shaunak. And amazing was the word of the day. So I can get a thumbs up. You forgotten all. All right. So, Toastmaster Neetal, where are you? Okay, great. So, I'm going to be including my feedback onto your speech as part of my general evaluation speech, as I had too many hats to play today. So for today's meeting, the meeting poster was released well in time. The meeting rules were also decided, but a couple of members could not join at the last minute, and the roles were sorted before the start of the meeting. The meeting started about 5 minutes late. That's one. There was an introduction of the meeting format by the Toastmaster of the day. That was there. The guests were invited to give an introduction about themselves. We did that in two batches because Toastmaster Chetan was well in time, whereas, sorry, to be Toastmaster Chetan was well in time, and to be Toastmaster Nirja was a little late. And hence, she was beautifully accommodated by Toastmaster of the day to come up here and give an introduction about herself. Toastmaster Neetal, in your speech, embrace the change. I really like that you stood up and you tried to set your laptop height so that it's not the frog view. I think that was a good thing that you've improvised and you're conscious of that fact. Just make sure that your screen is not tilted too much on the ceiling side, but more focused around at your head level, and so that your hands are clearly visible, because we could figure out that you are doing a hand movement, but only few times your hand was actually visible on the screen, because it's only from above this level you were coming, like passport size photograph you were coming in, so your hands were really not visible. So that's an area where um, we couldn't really assess what you're saying. In your speech, you gave good examples of the books you've read and how we all think that reading books will help us change. But we don't change unless we practice that change in ourselves. So you've demonstrated in your speech how you have changed and how your Toastmaster journey has really transformed you over the past 2 years. I would say that I can recall. That's largely, and I think overall you likely met the speech objectives of your project. As Toastmaster today, Toastman Anshuman, you talked about a lot of aspects in terms of 3P, 5P, 7Ps, as inputs were coming in, because we all remember back in time when Taylor approach and I don't know who was the other guy. I think there was Taylor and somebody. So there are more principles as well in terms of span of control, etc., etc. But we did talk about people, process, technology, paisa, or money, all of those aspects, right? And it was a very engaging session that you took in terms of picking up questions and addressing um, giving feedback to people and people themselves coming and sharing their feedback. based on their experience. Um, in terms of the table topic session, Toastmaster Bob, for table topics, it is important that your topic is clear and concise. Some of the topics were very long, and it becomes difficult for people to hear, retain, and speak. Right. And the rule of table topics is always topic, name, topic. So that at first time the person hears it, the topic, and at second time they confirm what they heard, or if they've misheard something, they can rectify. At places you've given the topic only once, it becomes difficult for the person to really hear and imbibe that. In table topic session, Toastmaster Anshuman had initially set the tone of the sequence in which the flow will. So that really smoothed the meeting flow. Otherwise, there's always a problem of, okay, who's going next, who's going next. So that was a great thing, Toastmaster Anshuman, that you did. In To be Toastmaster, Chetan, you were given a topic of running a goalkeeper stand. It was you're really lucky that somebody who doesn't know a thing about you gave you a random topic, and you happened to be in that random business, right? So that was great. You talked about this topic, and uh, I felt that everything was pouring out of emotions from this business from you about this business, and you could have talked some more insights about it, that we did while you launched that business for said there were award prize was say 3,100 rupees, but you could have talked about what unique propositions had you made there, right? In terms of uh, at a point of time, how many people came? There was a group of 10 people who came in, each poured in 200 rupees to take that challenge, and they all lost. Of course, the magic was in my hand. I increased the spice somewhere, or the speed of serving the Golgappas, so that the person was not able to beat. So, you would have brought in that element of surprise or excitement in that story. Um, Yes, Nirja, your topic was worst customer care experience you encountered. You had to talk about a story or an element where you were a customer and you were trying to get a service from your side. And it is important to hear the topic correct, right? Uh, the problem with most people is in public speaking is we don't put emphasis on our ears. Our emphasis is only on our tongue, right? So you have to listen to the topic and then share an experience about it, right? Also, when you were talking about your pace is very fast, you have to slow down. When you slow down, you'll be able to think and then articulate your words, right? Your brain will help you support your tongue at that time. But if you run and you think that, oh my God, 1 minute is over, and I'm tired and exhausted because you've not given an opportunity to breathe to your lungs. Practice that, go slow. If time your words, there are apps which will help you time the number of words you're doing. If it is, say, 200 words a minute, try and bring it to 180, then 160. At first, it would feel awkward to you that why is there so much of silence? But over a period of time, you will see a transformation in your journey. Toastmaster Shaunak, um, what makes your topic? What makes a good business name, and what fascinates a brand name that fascinates you, and why? You spoke about the story of flower, and stroke pharmacy, etc. I felt you forgot the topic at once. You forgot the topic at once in the middle, but then you try to recall, and then you just said something to say. But the why it would have been great that you picked up one brand and you said, I really love XYZ or Chetan Golgappas, because of this competition and seeing that my favorite friends who were always, something you could have created a story around one brand or one element that I would have been able to say, or you would have said, Brands, I wear, but I care a damn about them. You can even just kick the topic aside and, oh, I don't want to talk about a brand. They haven't paid me to sell their business. Why should I talk about you? Why should say, talk, or if you want to talk great, talk about Toastmasters, right? You paid for that, right? Um, Toastmaster neither in terms of how do you market tea, hot weather. I really like the sentence you said it in India. Tea is not to be marketed; it's sold. It sells by itself. You could have also added that the entire concept of iced tea, right? Tea is an emotion. Tea is a sentiment. I remember we'd gone to Assam with my parent, and build up a story. So, for example, for me, if tea is when we went to tea estates, I had bought a tantra T-shirt for my dad, which had a guy saying chai, 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 because my dad is like a tea lover, and we reserved that T-shirt for him to be worn when he's at the tea estates and visiting the tea factory. Toastmaster Anshuman, for you, the topic was EV and ICE. Toastmaster Bob, you should have elaborated on internal combustion engines or petrol versus diesel, which is more, uh, you know, uh, easy for people to interpret. ICE was a terminology which not everybody understands. You talked about the silence of the vehicle and the sound, and picked up a very great element that the power source of electricity is 60% or more in coal generation, and your EV is going to be producing more or equal emissions. I think you've been given a good amount of ESG training in your corporate on these elements. But you can also pick up a funnier side that imagine that you're driving a EV vehicle and you run out of, you don't have a pump. What do you do? Oh, the simple answer: put a generator on top, right? Put some petrol, start it, put the charger in it, and keep moving around. The problem is solved. I saw a meme around it. That's what I thought of explaining it. For Toastmaster, Bob, Toastmaster Anshuman, can you confirm the topic you gave to, yeah, the Nepal cricket team? What was it? Okay. At first, when I heard the topic, I felt that the topic was demotivating in terms of how do you think it's gonna will you ever be able to make it or something like that? I don't know what was that something hearing something in my own mind. I don't know. I was like, oh my god, why is Anshuman giving such kind of a topic? So I will go ahead and rehear the YouTube live link to see that what I really heard. But I think what Toastmaster Bob you picked up in that topic was beautiful. That being able to go sit and interact with people and getting an experience is important. Well, I can tell you, people are saying that for people, US or other teams, they played so bad and against India and etc. I said, guys, come on. Like for example, Sri Lanka, the population is that country is less than Delhi, right? Yet they are able to come up and give a strong fight to countries like India, where you have abundant talent, right? So it's really pretty shame on our country cricket team that despite a population of 140 people, you know you're not able to give a very very tough fight to people, right? And smaller countries are able to give you a good fight. I mean, it was like as if one of the match of India versus US was like India green card holder versus Aadhaar card holder, right? I think with that I would like to conclude on today's meeting. As a general evaluator, my jaw is paining and is dropping. Right, thank you so much, and back to you, general.
Right. Thanks a lot, Toastmaster Mike, for the generous evaluation. I hope all of us had a productive morning today. I'll open the floor for any questions from the guests or anyone actually about Toastmasters. Yes, Neil.
So, like, what is the follow procedure trying to log and like what? For sure.
Yeah, so we'll share more details after the meeting is done. However, broadly, I can share with you what is the value that Toastmaster community has brought me, all of us. First of all, it's a non-for-profit organization. It's not a business. So we all do it for passion, for the love of Toastmasters. None of us get paid for it. Tomorrow, if you start loving Toastmasters, you will also automatically start contributing to the society, to the club, because all of us benefit by getting together and learning from each other. And we have to run it. So it's a very self-sustaining model without any money involved. Money is involved only for one, you'll get this pathways program and online access to the course and module. Second, you'll get membership to Toastmasters across the globe. So if you become a member of this club or any club across the globe, you are an automatically member of all the clubs across the globe. Tomorrow, if you have to visit US or Spain or visit Mumbai, you can go to a club, attend a meeting, give a speech. You can talk to the if the slot is available, subject to availability. So your Toastmaster membership provides you access, lifelong access to any Toastmaster club across the globe. The membership is continual. Then we charge nominal for the space and the club fee. So that we'll share. The value you get is one meeting per week. When you have contests starting, which are at club level, area level, division level, district level. So you get to compete in international speech contest. Next week, next Saturday's contest here. Even for guests, it's open. So we'll have table topics contest. We'll be grading each other. It'll be combined evaluation, most probably just two topics. So you can come and participate next week in a table topic contest here. So we have contests where you get to compete, get to learn and improve. When you will remain to be this one, uh, yeah, we'll let you know in advance if a physical meeting is not happening. Online option is available for members and invited guests. Basically, if you are a member, you invite a guest. Then online, else we primarily plan to keep it physical, at least for new guests and members. And besides that, yes, there are a lot of conferences to where you get to network, meet new people. For example, right now in Gurgaon, Mike and I went to the district conference where the CEO of Toastmasters had come. So I, man, got the opportunity to interact with the CEO directly. He took a lot of pictures he hasn't shared yet. We are planning to promote Brightwhite. Anyhow, yes, so a lot of value in terms of it. At almost, I think it costs 100 or 200 rupees per meeting, 200 rupees per meeting, sort of costing that comes. We will explain to you after the meeting. Again, you'll get to know it's not a business. We're not getting paid. It's just for the love of the community that we are running it. And once you join it, once you become member of this club, you automatically become member of the community, and then you will have to run it. So it's like a cycle. All of us own it, run it for the benefit of each other. We'll share more the precise details after the meeting is over. Yeah, like any question from you, any? Yeah, yeah, please. Go on.
I also wanted to share the evaluation feedback. I think Nija listened the right question, and I also listened that question only, and need to check after the recording that which question was right, whether the Rahul question was right, my question was right, or Nija's understanding was right. And in Shaunak's view, like I want to share that the question was how to choose a name. Like we need to choose a name which has have 5 to 6 letters, easy to understand, remember, and maybe printed on the like who listen, maybe printed on that heads like Nike, Google, Nestle, 5 6 letter words, very easy to remember. But the viral fever or the other companies also have maybe long names. But if you choose a small name, that will be easy to remember and make a brand easily. Whether if you choose a long name, so that's my point of view.
Overall, how was it?
Overall, my experience was very good, and all the people are very interactive, and I got the opportunity to share my views also, and I loved it. Thank you.
Well, we can share.
Okay. So, yeah, I came here from the, purpose of actually polishing my own public speaking skills. I love public speaking, and I have been a part of this field for for a very long time, I would say. And today, when I saw all of you here interacting with each other, and it is kind of a practice that we'll get to do if we join the club, and these things happen. So yeah, overall it was a great experience, and I loved interacting with all of you. And also, I love that each and every one of you answered from your own expertise about my question that I asked about the business. So thank you very much. I'm looking forward to how things unfold in future. Thank you.
Thanks a lot to be Toastmaster Chetan and soon to be Toastmaster Chetna. That was so I'm going to be killed after the meeting. But yes, definitely, I think hopefully all of us had a productive morning. And thank you, Toastmaster Bob. Thank you, Toastmaster Neetal, for joining. And we look forward to see you in the next meeting. Thank you, everyone. Over to you, Toastmaster Neetal, to conclude the proceedings. All right, Neetal is dropped. So, Toastmaster Bob, why don't you conclude the proceedings for today?
Sure, thank you so much. So wonderful meeting, a lot of interaction, business 101. I think we all had a lot of takeaways for that. One thing I didn't hear from our general evaluator was how were the questions? Like the general, like the question putting to the theme. So I was wanting to hear. Okay. And well, thank you for the guests for joining, and looking forward to having another wonderful session next week. And with that, I pronounce the meeting adjourned.
And Toastmaster Bob, just for your information, next week we are having table topping contest in which guests can also join in. So please feel free to dial in if you want to participate in a table topic contest.
Yes, I will.
Cool. All right. Thank you. I'll end the Zoom meeting for now.